When will you release your tax returns specifically?
When they're completed this year in April, I'll release my returns in April and probably for other years as well. As has been done in the past, if I'm the nominee, I'll put these out at one time so we have one discussion of all of this.
Your father set a groundbreaking standard in American politics. He released his tax returns. He released them for not 1 year, but for 12 years. And when he did that, he said this: 1 year could be a fluke, perhaps done for show. When you release yours, will you follow your father's example?
Maybe. I don't know how many years I'll release. I'll take a look at what our documents are. And I'll release multiple years. I don't know how many years, but I'll be happy to do that.
Definitively, no plans on releasing any more tax returns?
We've already put out hundreds of pages of tax return information that we were not required to disclose. Well, we put out 2010 tax return information. We made an estimate for 2011, and we think that's sufficient.
Romney's fellow Republicans and the conservative pundit class are getting nervous about this whole tax issue. And we know that one of Romney's most prominent supporters, Governor Chris Christie, had this to say about it.
What I would say to Governor Romney is, if you have tax returns to put out, you should put them out. You put them out sooner rather than later, because it's always better, in my view, to have complete disclosure, and especially when you're the front runner.
One of your most influential and important surrogates, essentially, that's a kick in the you-know-what. Release those tax returns, Governor Romney.
Republican Senator Scott Brown told Right Wing Radio today, Romney, quote, certainly has to release his returns.
If there's anything in there that is going to help us lose the election, we should know it before the nomination. And if there's nothing in there, why not release it?
Did this guy, lose his tax returns in a house fire or something? I mean, where are they?
Just got information that he gave income tax returns to the McCain campaign when he was being considered for vice president last time around. Those returns exist there in a form that could have been turned over to the American people in the last week or two.
What's in his returns?
What he may or may not be hiding in his tax returns from the last 20-some-odd years.
The fact that he's got assets hidden in the Cayman Islands and Europe. I mean, people are just looking at that, and I think you see his favorables dropping in the polls.
This whole question of offshore island investments down here in the Caymans below here, over in Switzerland, do you have a sense that if you were to get them before you, wouldn't this be one of the topics that everyone would want to know about? Why have you hidden your money overseas? How many years did you avoid paying any taxes because of your very elaborate tax avoidance plan?
There's nothing illegal about Romney's taxes, but there is something wrong with it, though.
The easiest way to avoid taxes is to never get the income on the tax form.
Right.
So there's probably a lot of sheltered income that never shows up on the tax form.
He was willing to turn over his tax returns in order to be considered for vice president, and he now has the forms. We know he turned them over physically. Why doesn't he turn over the same thing to us?
You know what, Mitt? You're a rich man. We all know it. Cut the crap.
Mitt Romney's campaign said today that he has asked for a 6-month filing extension.
Mitt and Ann Romney applied for an extension for their tax returns for 2011. The campaign says he will file his return sometime in the next 6 months.